This movie is made for non-Arabic speaking Muslims. It's made simple and short to the beginners. Yet, there are some words and chapters from the Quran to be learned later on. For the time being, if you cannot recite the verses from the Quran, try to say instead the word Subhana Allah. I'm pretty sure later on you will get some time to practice those Quranic verses. Let's start the Salah, which we call prayer. After making sure that all the prerequisites for the Salah are satisfied, stand up, face the Qibla, that means direction to Kaaba, which is northeast in the USA. Set your thought and intention to which Salah you are going to offer. In our case, I would say it is morning Salah, or you can say I am offering morning Salah to seek nearness to Allah. So let's get started. Raise your hands up to your ears and say Allahu Akbar. Again, you say it this way, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. You say it only one time. Then you put your hands down as shown in the movie. Now start reciting the first chapter, which is Al-Fatiha. It's the first chapter in the Quran. You can use your book, read from the book that you have. If you cannot recite that properly, even from the book, then rather than reciting the surah in improper Arabic, you have to say instead Subhana Allah, and keep repeating that till we are done from the first recitation. So the word you should say Subhana Allah. Subhana Allah means glory to Allah. Keep in mind that you have to find a way to recite properly that surah. Let's get started with the first recitation. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Then we recite a short surah, which is going to be in our case At-Tawheed. If you cannot recite that properly, you do as you did with the first one. You say Subhana Allah till we are done from it. The word again is Subhana Allah. Let's recite that surah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. After that, you raise your hands up and say Allahu Akbar. Bow in a way your fingers reach your knees as shown in the movie and say Subhanallah, Subhanallah, Subhanallah. You can even say it only one time. Subhanallah. Stand up and prepare yourself to go to sujood, where you put your foreheads on the floor. It's recommended to say when you are standing up Allahu Akbar and say after that Sami'allahu liman hamida. Sami'allahu liman hamida. As follows. Allahu Akbar. Sami'allahu liman hamida. Allahu Akbar. Then you go to sujood, where you put your forehead on the floor as you are gonna see in the movie. But you don't have to say all that. After reaching the position of sujood, where your forehead, palms, big toes, and knees are perpendicular to the earth, then this position we'll call it sujood. During sujood, you are gonna say as you did in ruku', where you were bowing down. Say Subhanallah one time, Subhanallah, and make sure the place where your forehead is residing on has to be clean, and it cannot be edible or made out of things that we usually dress or use for clothes or even carpet. So a piece of paper would be fine, a clean napkin would be fine, stones would be fine, earth, dirt would be fine, things like that. So let's do the sujood. Subhanallah, Subhanallah, Subhanallah. You can even say it only one time. Subhanallah. Then set up in a kneeling position as shown in the movie. It's recommended to say Allahu Akbar, though you don't have to say it. Then after that say Astaghfirullah, ask for forgiveness. Oh God, forgive me. And that does not have to be in Arabic. Then after it you say Allahu Akbar and you go back to the sujood position one more time. Forehead, knees, palms, and big toes are touching the floor. You say, as you did in the first sujood, Subhanallah. You can say it once, and it's better to say it 3 times. Let's do that. Subhanallah, Subhanallah, Subhanallah. You can even say it only one time. Subhanallah. Now sit up in a kneeling position. Say, if you want, Allahu Akbar. And then stand up to start the second rak'ah or cycle. So by finishing this kind of sujood, you are done from the first rak'ah or the first cycle. Now we stand up for the second cycle. In this second cycle, there is no takbirat ihram, which we call it the first Allahu Akbar in the first cycle. We just start from reciting, the chapter Al-Fatiha, which is the opening, and then after that a short chapter. If, as I said before, you cannot perform that or recite them properly, please say instead Subhanallah and whenever you get a chance, make sure to get them right. So if you cannot recite with us properly the chapters, just say Subhanallah and keep repeating that till we are done. Subhanallah, Subhanallah. Let's get started. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. Allahu Akbar. At this point in the salah, in the second cycle after the recitation is done, you can raise up your hand as in the picture and make a short supplication as you wish. Like you might say, "O God, guide me to the right path and bless Muhammad and his progeny." Allahu Akbar. Go to ruku', which is bowing. Make sure your fingers reaching your knees and say Subhanallah, Subhanallah, Subhanallah. You can even say it only one time. Subhanallah, Allahu Akbar. Or you can even say after that Sami'allahu liman hamidah. Allahu Akbar. Subhanallah, Subhanallah, Subhanallah. You can even say it only one time. Subhanallah. Allahu Akbar. Astaghfirullah Rabbi wa atubu ilayh. Unto him I repent, I ask him to forgive my sins. Allahu Akbar. Subhanallah, Subhanallah, Subhanallah. You can even say it only one time. Subhanallah. Sit up in a kneeling position as shown in the movie. While sitting, we're gonna finish up the salah by saying the tashahhud, and after the tashahhud we are gonna say the greeting. The tashahhud, usually it's in Arabic. If you cannot say it in Arabic, then try to learn it. If not possible, then you say it in any other language. Let's say in English. In our situation, we are gonna recite it in Arabic, and the way you say it is as follows. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. I testify there is no God but Allah that has no partner. وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. I testify that Muhammad is his servant and messenger. May Allah bless Muhammad and his progeny. So while sitting in that position, we say the following. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Then you say the greeting. There are several forms of them, but you can pick one of them, which is the following. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. You say it only once. Let's do it again. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. By that, the salah is done.